Hi guys, welcome to week 4 of class. You guys are channeling in towards the end of your summer course. We just have this week and half of next week of content. And as a reminder, realize that the very last week of class during this summer session will end on Thursday. So next week, week 5, class will end on Thursday. So you'll want to make sure all your content is uploaded by 11:59 on Thursday. But all that material and due dates can be found in the syllabus. Okay, I think you guys have been doing a lot better with respects to responding to my comments. So thumbs up right there. Great job. I'm liking some of the things I'm seeing. But as always, when you're responding to the weekly discussion boards, you want to provide as many examples and anecdotes as well as assessment into your answers, right? You want to provide not only what you think the answer is, but provide explanation and commentary. The more you are able to write, the more you're able to dive into the content, the better the grade's probably going to be. And likely you won't have to go back and respond as often to comments that I would make because I'll be making fewer of them. So just something to think about. But again, as always, you will have until Tuesday of this week to respond to any comments that I made on your week 3 discussion boards. So please get those in. But this week we're going to be diving into a period of history that is chaotic and difficult, and it is a period of history referred to as the Cold War. And so this week we're going to be talking about the Cold War and the Cold War itself and some of the events surrounding it. But we're also going to be looking at the Vietnam War and the decade of the 1960s. And from the 1960s you get a lot of politics of protest. The civil rights movement begins to emerge at this time. The Great Society under Andrew Johnson begins to emerge at this time. And much of this, or some of this, is in reaction to the Cold War. In fact, Vietnam and Vietnam protests are embedded in Cold War politics. One of the things that we can say is true about the Vietnam War is that it, in fact, was a hot war that was caused by the Cold War. You have the North Vietnamese seeking to infiltrate South Vietnam, and the United States has a policy of containment to contain communism. And so once you get this notion of containment, wherever communism goes, there you must go as well. There was also this fear of the domino theory, that if Vietnam were to fall to communism, the whole Southeast Asian hemisphere would fall into communism. And so we can see that there are definite links between the Cold War, Vietnam, and the politics of protest during the 1960s, including the politics of protests by the New Left, student protesters, and of course the counterculture, or what you would refer to as the hippies. Okay, so we're going to be looking at all of that this week, and of course you have your discussion board questions and your quizzes to do, or quiz rather, one quiz. But that's what we got going on this week. Other than that, I really don't have a whole lot more for you, but of course if you have any questions, please let me know. One thing I would like to say, although I haven't had many problems with this at all, and I'm glad to have that, but one thing I do want to make sure that you are aware of is that with these quizzes, I do not allow extensions on quizzes for any reason except for extreme emergency situations. So, if you take the quiz late at night, on the night it's due, and your computer crashes, that's not going to constitute an emergency situation. So the quizzes are always available to you from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so the sooner you can get through them, the better. But that's up to you. Of course, you're free to manage your time as you wish. And of course, I have the work outline for you if you are so inclined to use it, and that's in course information. So I think that's it. So with that, I'm going to leave you. So please go in peace, be warm and filled. May the force be with you, and for my Trekkies, live long and prosper. All right, guys, be blessed.